Hi, today I'm publishing the project number 22 of my 25 Days of Christmas tutorial series. Today we'll be making a coffee-themed card. I'm going to use this die called Morning Cup. It's by Poppy Stamps. I'm positioning it at the right side of my panel that measures 4¼ by 5½ inches. All the dies I'm going to use for this project are by Poppy Stamps. Now I'm positioning it again, this time closer to the left edge of the panel and sending it through the machine. And finally I'm placing it between the two cups and die cutting it for the third time. The tools and products I'm using for this project are listed on my blog as well as in the description. I am carefully releasing all the small delicate die cuts from the die because I'm going to keep them and use them for this project. I'm going to need all 3 cups. This cup comes with another die that is cream, but I'm not going to use it for this project. Instead, I'm going to use this one called Wispy Hearts, and I'm going to create steam with it. I would also like to show you my new craft mat. It has magnetic strip incorporated in it, and it helps to keep all the dies in place. It's really convenient if you work with a lot of dies, especially the small ones. So now I'm positioning the steam above the cup and I'm going to send it through the machine. I will repeat this process for all 3 cups. And I'm also going to keep all those tiny little heart cutouts because I will need them later. The next step is attaching my die-cut panel to the card base. It is standard size 4¼ by 5½ inches, and I have made it out of the same ivory cardstock as the panel. Then I'm going to heat emboss the sentiment at the bottom of the card. I'm going with the phrase "Warm Christmas Wishes." I'm going to apply some gold embossing powder and then heat set it. Now I'm going to color all the cup outlines that I have die cut previously with the vintage photo distress ink. Then I'm going to apply some glue onto them and stick them right inside the die cut grooves in the panel. Before I attach other die cuts, I'm going to add some shading to them using antique linen distress ink. And then I'm going to inlay all of them. Now I'm going to trim this little piece at the top of the cup. So I'm going to position the die on top of it, leaving just a thin strip at the very top of the cup. And then I'm sending it through the machine. This way I can make it just a little bit smaller, like that. I'm going to color all these 3 pieces with ground Espresso distress ink. The name is perfectly matching my project, and then I'm attaching them to the card. I have used the same distress ink, ground espresso, to color all the tiny heart die cuts, and now I'm placing them back where they belong, all except that little one in the center, because I'm going to attach the sentiment there. For the sentiment I'm using the die called Sending Script. I'm applying Versamark ink on top of it, and then I'm going to add some gold embossing powder. I will stick the sentiment on top of the card base right above the cups. I'm going to use a tiny gold embossed heart above the letter I. I'm placing the acrylic block above the sentiment to really make it stick. Then I have decided to add 2 more heart die cuts right on top of the card base to balance out my composition. This die is called PINECONE Branch Collage, and it's meant to die cut a negative space, but for this project it's the positive die cuts that I'm going to use. I'm going to layer 3 pine branch die cuts to make the branch look more dimensional. Here I have the same PINECONE collage die cut out of brown paper, and I'm sticking it on top of the ivory cardstock. Then I'm going all over it with the scissors, leaving just a small border, and this will turn this negative pinecone into the positive image. I'm using some vintage photo distress ink to add shading to the pine cones. All there is left to do now is to attach all those images in front of the cups, and my project is finished. Thank you for following my 25 Days of Christmas tutorial series. I hope you're enjoying it. There are still 3 more projects left this year, so stay tuned.